Okay, so the next thing we have is our next breakpoint. So if we look over here, we saw that you can see, I can't point at it while there, but right up on the top here, you can see that it's showing 710, 689. When it gets down to 550, bang, it breaks again. So 550 is our next breakpoint. Alright, so let's go ahead and put that into our system. Alright, so here is our last media query. We're going to put the next one above it, because remember we're doing smallest to largest, so this is the largest one. This is right now all the way down to a phone size. This 550 will be in between. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, the color red, and this down to this first one here. I'm going to go ahead and copy it, and I'm going to paste it in. But then I need the closed ones. I'm going to go down here to where it says end of 880, and I'm going to copy that and paste that in. And I'm going to say this is the end of 550. And I'm going to change this to 550 pixels. And I'm going to make this yellow, just so we can see a big difference. Alright. Well, let's see if it works. So we're going to do File and Save All. I'm going to go back to here. And I'm going to make this nice and big. And I'm going to move up. Alright, so that's red. Alright, so that's as big. And then all of a sudden, boom, black. And that's not right. It should be yellow, right? Alright, so what did we do wrong? We probably didn't save. Let's go back and make sure that we File and Save All. Let's make sure that we have an H1 color yellow, 550. Alright, everything looks like it's good. Let's go back and refresh. Now it's yellow. Alright, so I didn't save it. Whoa. Alright, so let's go grab the wall. Red, 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 and then when it gets to a certain spot or a breakpoint, bam. Alright, that gets smaller up here. And then this turns yellow. Now once we hit the final breakpoint here, this 550, now it's black again. And that's where it breaks the final time. Alright, so let's go back. Now we have to go ahead and change because we just didn't want it to turn yellow. That's kind of ridiculous. So let's go ahead and see what we're going to be changing. We need to change this again and make this a little bit smaller. So let's go back in. Okay, and that is going to be actually the same thing that we're doing here. So I'm going to copy it from down here. And I'm going to paste it. Actually, yeah. No. No, let's go back up here. Let's not confuse ourselves. Alright, so we're going to be looking for the A tag. Here it is, right here. Is that it? I thought that we had margin too. No, I guess not. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the A tag. I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to paste it down here. Alright, so right after the H1, I'm going to paste it in. I'll move this over. I'll move this over. Make sure everything's inside the 550. Alright, we want to stay block, so we're not going to change that. We're going to change the font size, but we don't need the color to change. So that's all we're going to change. So when it gets to huge, we're going to do 45 and 1.5. When it gets to 550, we're going to do 25 and 1 EM. So what are we going to do when it gets even smaller? Let's go up and see. There is a nav A. So instead of that, let's go ahead and make it 10, 10. And actually, we can make it just 10. But there could be some unforeseen consequences. So let's go ahead and leave it this way. And then this 1 will be 0.75 EM. All right, let's do File, Save All. Let's go back to our page and refresh. Okay, nothing changes. But when it gets too small, boom. Now this has gotten smaller still, and this is still here. All right, let's see what else we're going to want to do. Let's see. Let's go ahead and change the figure on that too. And let's move that picture down. So let's go ahead and where is the figure? Header, figure. Here it is. Okay, let's do margin top, and let's make that 40 pixels. See what that looks like. Okay, it's a little bit better. Maybe we'll make it 50 pixels. File, save all, refresh. Okay, a little bit better. Oh, actually, what we should have done. Yeah, let's not do this. Why move that down? Why not move the other up, right? All right, so this is what we need to do. The H1 has a top padding of 50 pixels. That's our problem. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to copy this, put it down into 550 because we were happy with it before. All right, so in here, and again, I'll move this over. I'll move this over. And then when I go back up here, yeah, by 50 pixels. And I'm just going to make that 0 pixels. Could have commented the whole thing out. So, you know, either one or the other. I like 0 pixels because it lets a person know. When it's commented out, we might think that we made a mistake. But we didn't. We just want it not to have any, right, when it gets small. So we'll do save all, and then we'll go back and refresh. Yeah, much better. Okay, I like that better. Alright, so what other problems do we have? Let's go to About. Alright. Okay, this is what we're going to do. When it gets this small, they kind of squish each other. So what we're going to do is we're going to change these to 100%. Alright, so let's go to okay, so that's About. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and copy this. And we're going to put that down here. I'm going to say, well, once it gets to 550, we are happy with it. Oops. move this over. Move this over. Okay, so what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and keep this just the way it is. Alright, I don't need float left here. We'll keep it floating for now. Okay, well now we have to go up to the H1 that where we got it from up here. And that is the about. And we want to make this 100%. Okay, so now what happens is when a person gets to the about section, they have this, and then they see a picture. Alright, then we get to sandwiches. Uh-oh. We go to sandwiches, it doesn't go down there. So we have a problem, and that is obviously this is running into that. Alright, so let's do this. Let's do this. Let's take for each section and let's do overflow auto. Let's see if that fixes it. 5, save all, and refresh. Okay, home. Oh, maybe I should take this thing out too. This is causing us some issues. Okay, about. Sandwiches. Alright, so this is moving down a little bit more than this picture right here than we wanted. But it's okay. Okay, sandwiches. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to change the width of these articles. Alright, so let's go down to sandwich. Alright, I'll copy this and I'll move that down to 550. So every time we find something that we want to change, we're going to move it down to here. Okay, again, we're going to keep everything the way it is. The only thing we're going to do is change the width. So I'm going to get rid of this and get rid of this. And we want the width to be 23%, starting at the 550 mark and continuing on. Alright, but down up here in this article, we're going to change this width to 75% because we only want one across. File and save all. Alright, let's go ahead and refresh it. There you go. So now we're going to have, once it gets this small, it's kind of ridiculous to Not sure where that scroll bar is there. Pain in the neck. Alright, these look okay. That looks okay. Alright. I'll declare this thing done because now we're in 15 minutes of video. Yikes. Okay, I might have changed a little bit in the... You can see that my instructions on this might be a little bit different than the video, but I'm trying to give you the, why do we do what we do. Okay, everything's looking pretty good. All right, so that's it.